Okay. Oh, maybe I can squeeze it. Hello. How's everybody doing? So I'll just adjust myself a little bit. Hi. Hi, Nick. Rainy's finally in a live hatchet. I like that typo. That's funny. Yes, welcome to the live chat. Laviana, interesting question. Thanks, Renee. You are so sweet. Thank you. Appreciate you, girl. Laviana asked, I guess, hi, happy Mindset Monday. We're still figuring out the set. I just got my office couch in, so good stuff coming down the line. Not quite there yet, but this is as much as you guys will get to see for now. And yeah, actually, it's really interesting that you asked that, Laviana, because that's kind of where I wanted to talk. What I wanted to talk about today is being in the present moment, living your life, being positive, staying focused, and not allowing yourself to dip when your thoughts try to take over. And I've been kind of experiencing my own like roller coaster lately, probably just because I just moved and it's a big change in my life. I'm still very busy and I'm trying to like make everything work for the business and stuff. So being in alignment, to me, I feel like I've just redefined that within like the last 24 hours. So that's why I think it's interesting that you've asked. Oh, my cat, she might be joining today. I think she thinks this is her couch, so she'll be around. I don't know, before yesterday, I would have said, doesn't really mean anything. If you are focused on what you want, then I guess essentially you are in alignment because, okay, you're not going to lick your beehole right here. Okay. Oh, she's disgusting. Okay, you know what? That's gross. I don't want to hear that. Can you not, please? Can you go somewhere else and do that? Oh. She's licking her beehole right here. I'm talking to people on YouTube. Okay, she's just licking her leg. We're safe. Anyways, yeah, I'd say like even before yesterday, I would have said just being in the mind frame of the you that is living the life that you want to live, the version of you that has what you want would be being in alignment. But not that I don't agree with that, but I have felt in the last 24 hours, for whatever reason, that getting back into meditating and being more mindful, being more present, making myself choose positivity, just because I've kind of gotten to the point where I realize, that positivity isn't necessarily, it's not really required to manifest. You just have to know that things are working out for you or know what's coming your way and not doubt it. So because I've kind of made that jump in my life, I tend to skip the positive thinking part. So sorry, long story short, as of right now, I would say being in alignment means being the version of you that you want to be. It means reminding yourself constantly that you are in control and everything is responding to you and everything is coming about because of the way that you are thinking about it in your mind. So being in alignment is, to me, being that version of you that has what you want, staying there, staying in that mind frame and not letting yourself be distracted by anything else that happens in the world, whether that's in your 3D life or just in your mind alone, your own thoughts and feelings. So being in alignment, being the version of you, staying there and not letting anything deter you from knowing that everything is working out for you. Long story short, thank you. Oh my goodness, Cole, thank you so much for your kind You're kind. Wait a minute. Was there two? Oh, shoot. There was two. Oh my gosh. Okay. Kim, first of all, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Your message is retracted, so I can't see it. I appreciate your generosity. If I see your name come up, I will read your question immediately. And then Cole, thank you as well. I appreciate both of you guys. Cole says, stumbled upon your page a couple months back. Love the content you always put out. Haven't felt my best these past couple days, but your videos always put me in a better mood. Keep up the dope content. Thank you so much. That is so sweet. I feel the same, and I don't know, maybe it's kind of widespread, but I've been kind of dealing with my own thing and roller coastering and constantly being in the mind frame, trying to flip it and just reminding myself that it is responding to me. It is going exactly the way I want it to go. And the only way it could not go the way I want it to go, yours as well, is if you allow yourself to believe the doubts and believe yourself when you say it's hard, it's not, you're not worthy, you're not worthy, it's not possible for you, it's going to take a long time. Any of those limiting beliefs, if you are feeling that, just remember you're not alone. We all do it, even me. I don't think I've ever been somebody that does not admit that I still have my own limiting beliefs to work through, and I think we all do. But at the same time, if you can just make yourself be in the mind frame where you need to be, make yourself all day long. Sometimes if you have to be on top of it, it's worth doing that than allowing yourself to just sit in your own misery or fear or worry or doubt or insecurities or whatever it is. So make it really important to be where you want to be and go there and stay there and just do what you can to not go off that thinking pattern, I guess that's what I say. Okay, what we got in the Facebook group? Hello, you guys are also awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for your kind words. Roxanne, great name. Roxanne says, hi, Roxy. My SP is in his early 20s, struggling to find purpose in life. He smokes, drinks, and does hard drugs on the regular, which worries me for his health and well-being. I'm in the process of manifesting him as my partner, and of course, part of that is wanting him to be happy, healthy, and whole. I want to manifest something better for him. What would be the best way to go about it? Well, okay, so first of all, you have to really drop that story about him. I know, like, it's definitely going to feel like this is him, this is what he's doing. Every time he comes home drunk or uses drugs or whatever, you're going to be like, there he goes again. There this is. Oh, this is my norm now. This is my life. I want this guy to be my partner, and here he is doing drugs and being irresponsible. You're going to have to be in la la land. You're going to have to just change that story and then be the change and not let yourself entertain any other sort of outcome or reality or idea, because it's got to be more important that you get to the place where he is happy, healthy, whole, than, of course, you soaking up what you got now. So he is on top of it. He's finding himself. Oh my God, look at him go. Look at him grow. He's doing so good. I'm so proud of him. Every day he's falling in love with himself more. Every day he's discovering himself more. Every day he's figuring out exactly what it is that he's missing in life. Every day is getting better. Every day gets easier. He's dedicated. He's in this. This is his idea. He's excited about it. He's ready to start the new chapter of his life. Change the whole story from the root. And then once it's changed, you need to, just like we've been saying from all these things, you need to live as that version. You need to essentially be in alignment with that version, meaning you think as her, you behave as her, you respond to your world as her. So no matter what he does, you need to behave as the version of you that has the happy, healthy, whole version of him. So even if he's doing something, coming home drunk, tearing the place down, in your mind, you must stay focused. This is working out. He's figuring himself out. I'm so proud of him. He's so good. Thank you so much. He's showing up for me. He's so kind. Yada, yada, yada. Things like that. You got to tell that story until the 3D world catches up. That's what I would do about that situation. And I'm sorry you're going through that, but you can change it. Don't feel that it is immovable. I'm doing a everyone as you pushed out video for tomorrow, so that might help. Cola Child says the moment we've all been waiting for. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys being here. I really do. Cameron, first time. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. You guys are so okay. Kim, I so appreciate your generosity. Thank you. She says, manifested my SP, all was great, then I sabotaged it. Now he's not sure. He's said he needed time, calling a few days, having a hard time knowing, believing, especially because I feel I have to manifest this fast. Okay. Well, so whatever's standing in your way, just as a human being, I just realized how loud the fan is on YouTube, guys. Sorry, I don't have my computer plugged in, so the battery is going. Whatever it is that you have in the way already that's going to be causing you space between you and the love relationships to begin with, when you add, I need to do this fast, I have this deadline, yada, 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 that you add another layer. You're just like adding extra sediment on top of your situation. And it's just kind of unnecessary to add that time crunch, because all it does is just like mess you up internally. And again, adds an extra layer of whatever it is that it's already keeping you apart. Now we have a time limit, so now we have more to bigger barrier to cross. So instead of needing it fast, this is working out. I'm not worried. I know no matter what happens, I couldn't sabotage it if I tried, because this is still my reality. This is still working out. I'm still choosing. And whether or not I sabotage doesn't really matter, because I can always go back in. I can always take a moment of realization to realign or reaffirm or get right back in there to where I was, what I'm manifesting, tweak it if I need to, make it better for me, and redeclare where we're going. Nothing is permanent. Nothing stays, including your own thoughts, feelings, and actions. So who cares what he says? Honestly, his opinion is irrelevant, because this is your reality, you're choosing, and we don't need a version of him that's not available to you. So he is ready. He loves it. Give him time. If he needs time, fine. I don't care, because every second that we are apart, we're both improving. And if you take a step forward in your own, whatever it is that's blocking this, every time you move forward and make progress, just know that he also makes lateral moves with you. You guys are moving at the same pace. So if he needs time, then maybe you need time. Fine, great. He's already taken the time. Good. I don't have him distracting me while I am working on myself. So focus on what it is that you need. Figure out what it is that is keeping the separation between you and this person, and then change your language. Doesn't matter what he thinks. Doesn't matter what he needs. I know that sounds callous, but I mean this. This is how you need to be focused. You need to focus only on what you need, because that is what manifests in your world. He already has his own world where he gets to choose what happens to him and all that stuff. So I don't need to worry about infringing on his wants or needs or desires or free will or any of that, because he's already got his own reality where he gets to do this very thing. So we're focusing on our own. You need to put yourself first, figure out what's standing in your way, change the language, just like we said with the last question. He's ready. He's excited. This is his idea. He can't wait. He can't shut up about you. He's talking about you to his friends and family. They're so excited for you both. They're really, I don't know if you've met them. They're excited to meet you, or they can't wait to see you again, or whatever. Change the story on every single level. And then you have to be her. You have to be the you that's in that relationship, which means you have to be the you that manifests him to be ready, if that makes sense. So yeah, and thank you again. You're so sweet. I appreciate you. Nicholas, you guys are so sweet. I so appreciate you donating to the chat. Nicholas says, I'm actually manifesting my girlfriend back, who was pulled away, and we're in 4 weeks of no contact. I'm scripting and I'm feeling in the end, and I'm feeling good and feeling she is near. Any tips? And can you make sure to me that this will really work? No, I can't. You have to do that for yourself. This is not, we all are our own power. That's why it doesn't matter what other people think, and exactly why I can't manifest for you. Like, you're already doing it. You're already living the life where you're not in contact. You're manifesting that. So does it work? Yeah, it really does work. It's really working really well against what you want. So change the language. You can't be the you that's in 4 weeks of no contact and also be the you that's in the happy, healthy, whole relationship, or or also be the you that is working your way back. So you have to pick one. You have to be that version and make steps along the way and put yourself in the mind frame of the you that is living a happy, healthy, whole relationship with this person. You have to, I would say, live out the relationship energetically. Give yourself the text, the phone calls, the dates, the hangouts, whatever that you need in your mind. Live them out here so that you don't feel the sting of them necessarily as much. And then, yeah, change your language up. Make sure that you're not affirming this. You know, I don't see anything like, the only thing that stands out to me in your comment is this one that you left like later down below that says, and can you make sure to me that this will really work? That's a red flag. Again, you have to believe it. I can't believe for you. But this is happening whether you like it or not, whether you're doing it or not, whether you're trying or not. So you might as well get your thoughts on board so that they work for you. Changing all of your thoughts to be the version of you that is in the happy, healthy, whole relationship now, or at least is on the way to it. You know, if you have to baby step it, that's fine. But just make sure that you're taking steps along the path and you're like moving yourself forward as you progress through this. And then any tips to see if it'll really work? Practice your power. Declare it. Practice it every single day. Manifest big and small things. Take notes. Record it. Make sure your scripting isn't too far out, like we are married and, you know, all these things. Sometimes that's not believable to people, and that's a part of why they can't get there, is because their scripting just is not believable. So that's why I say baby step it if you have to. Okay. Plume says, thoughts on spirits and psychics that are witches that say they work with them to manifest. Thoughts on spirits and psychics that are witches that say they work with them to manifest things. I don't know what spirits are. What I believe psychics and tarot and all that stuff is just people who are really in tune to the energy and can interpret it better than most people can, or you know, they're more sensitive to it, or just more aware of it. You know, tarot and stuff like that, it just reads your current energy. So I just believe that, yeah, they're more like, they speak the language of energy more than the average person does. As far as spirits go, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question. I really don't know what that is. I don't want to. I have no idea. Okay. Taylor, I actually just answered this question. Say, how do I manifest my husband in a specific time frame? You need to stop having a time frame. It needs to be more about the relationship that you are manifesting than the time frame. And listen, it's not that you can't manifest in a time frame. And I know there's tons of videos out there. I'm sure there's a million videos you can watch on how to do a time crunch, but it's more so about, let's say like, I want to use something that's easier to wrap your mind around, like a bill, because everything is the same. So I don't have the money to pay for a bill. I don't care. I'm not going to stress about it, because I'm just going to pay my bill energetically. The bill's been paid. I'm seeing myself like paid, stamp, shaking hands with whoever I owe money to, saying, yes, we're all done, or we're all good, getting an email that says your bill's been paid, an invoice, things like that. Visualize yourself having the bill being paid and then not care. And from that point on, we don't try to manifest the money to get the bill paid. I mean, I assume that it will, I don't really care how the bill gets paid. It's not really, I don't care. As long as it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to, and the reason I use a bill is because bills have deadlines. And it's more so about, let me make sure my bill gets paid. I don't care when or how. I just know that we'll be fine either way. If you can take this idea to manifesting your specific person, like, yeah, of course, like, Valentine's Day, of course, yeah, we were having dinner, whatever. But it needs to be more in the mind frame of, this is happening now. We are this. Of course, it's going to be here by that time because it's already here now, if that makes sense. Instead of, it's got to be here by that date. That's just adding that extra pressure when you really just need to be super okay with the right now, which saying I need this by this date is like the opposite of being okay with the right now. Or I guess it can be. So I don't know. My answer for that is how to manifest in a time crunch is not needed in a time crunch. Be chill as you can about it. Stay focused and just know that it's working out no matter what. And then obviously mentally or energetically live out the experience in your head. Of course it happens by the time, like I said, of course, like, again, if we're talking about Valentine's Day, of course we're going to be together on Valentine's Day. We're together now. Why wouldn't we be together on Thursday? Like, it needs to be more like of this. Yeah, well, of course it'll be by that time. How could it not? Me knowing that my manifestation is coming no matter what, the time is irrelevant. That's my own personal belief. So if you don't like that, like I said, there's a bunch of other ones you can check out. Laura says, hello, could you say more about parallel realities and quantum leaps? Yeah, so parallel realities, they're just infinite. They're imperceptible. We're switching in and out of them at every moment, blah, 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 back and forth, all over the place. So it's constantly happening. It's never not happening. And that's a quantum leap, I guess, right? I mean, okay, hold on. Let me take this back. I got some shit on a comment because some like science person was like, okay, well, what makes it quantum? Is it da-da-da-da-da-da-da? Listen, I'm not a scientist. I've been saying that, from the start. I'm not a scientist. I studied behavioral science in school. That's what my degree is in. I've studied people, and I've been studying manifestation for nearly a decade. And pairing them together is kind of like my wheelhouse. And I like to look into quantum physics because it's the science behind manifesting, and it makes it make sense to me. And it makes me be able to apply it to my life easier, and then able to kind of convey that application better. But am I a scientist? Do I truly know what the word quantum actually means in this regard? No, I don't, and I'm not going to act like I do. So if you're a scientist and you're getting on my ass about this, I like bark up another tree. But limiting belief or not, anyways, in my mind, I don't know, the way that we talk about it in this law of attraction community, it's like shifting from a different reality of your own or another version of yourself. But that's happening all the time. It's not this big mystical thing. It's just like that's what's going on already. So if we're already doing it, what are we doing to do it? We are simply thinking of things. Okay? This is why it's so simple. I'm trying to break this down. It's so easy. All you have to do, I mean, it's not easy, okay? It's work, but it's simple. You just have to entertain only the reality you want to go to, the version of you want to be. If you can think of it, then you can go to it, because this is the thing that makes you go to it. So if it pops up here, then it's possible out here. You just need to stay up here for long enough for this to happen, okay? Here we go. This is the most, this is the crudest and most ridiculous but spot on analogy you're going to get today. The 3D world is your mind's poop, okay? We all know how poop works. Food in, processing time, digestion, byproduct out, okay? Same thing with manifestation. Thoughts in, processing time, digestion, sometimes fast, sometimes it comes right away, sometimes it takes a while, right? We don't know the time. I don't know the time lag. I don't understand that part. It's not my job. And then, right, byproduct, 3D world, okay? So think of it like that. You need to keep eating the food that you want to see populate in your 3D world until it populates. So if you want to switch to a new reality, if you want to be that version of you, you be there up here, and you keep being it up here. Keep eating that diet until your poop, your 3D world poop, is exactly what you want it to be. Okay, that's it. All right, Amanda, thank you for complimenting my beautiful couch. Thanks. It'll look really good when I have. I'm not going to say what's coming, but you'll see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Ariane says, when SP comes closer, sometimes I feel less attracted to him and then question my desire for the relationship. Can you comment on this push-pull dynamic and how best to navigate? I know part of it is fear of being vulnerable again / protecting myself, and also maybe some ego stuff of winning and losing that passionate momentum. Oh, okay. And also maybe some ego stuff of winning and losing that passionate momentum. It's kind of hard to say because I don't, it's hard to diagnose you guys off of one sentence. I have to, hear you talk about your situation more and know like what you are actually thinking when these things happen, because you are doing it. It's your thoughts that are doing it. So, what it sounds like to me is, yeah, you want to win this person. You've got some sort of like backstory. You have something to prove to them or to the rest of the world or to yourself or whatever. But at the end of the day, you don't really want this person. And so when it gets close, you're just like, yeah, never mind. But then they're far away and you're like, oh yeah, but I want to like prove to that I can do this. So just who gives a fuck what you prove? Who cares if you win? You're already winning. You're already doing it. Live your best life. That's the ultimate win. So focus more on what you want. I think what's happening is that you already know that you can have whatever you want, and you're like, this isn't it. I can have anything. I don't really want this, but you want to that conquering. I need to prove it, whatever. Like, it's just irrelevant. It just doesn't, like, figure out what you're trying to prove to yourself, because that's really what the issue is that you're proving something to yourself, and then give it to yourself in another way that's not getting into a relationship that's not right for you. It's just a waste of time and feelings and all kinds of drama. Leanne, thank you so much for complimenting me. Thanks. Appreciate you, though. Deanna says, hi, Roxy. My SP is struggling with something in our past that happened during our relationship. No, I didn't cheat. I would never, but it broke his trust. There's a lot of issues, but since dissolved, I've let go of a lot. And he says it's a lot of why he can't get back together again, because he's scared to get hurt again. And he's not sure this is worth the risk. I'm at a loss here because we were so good together and we both put in the effort and finally just went for it. It would be fine. But he says he's not there yet. I don't know what to do, so I'm trying to ignore the current reality, right? Because we're supposed to, and circumstances don't matter. Yeah. Why are you letting him have an opinion? Why are you letting him have feelings? I know that sounds harsh, but if you want to knock out this 3D reality that you have and change the way someone is acting or behaving or feeling about you, you have to ignore the fact that they have feelings. I know that sounds fucked up. It does, but you know what? That's just how it works. We all have our own realities. And I don't mean to be mean to them. I just mean like that you can't for a second believe that this is this is how it has to stay. This is just what you have manifested. So remanifest it, fix it, do something different, change the language. He's ready. He's excited. He's forgiven you. He doesn't even remember. It doesn't even bother him anymore. He had an aha moment. He had a download from the universe. He found law of attraction. He doesn't even care. You what? I used to be, that's so weird. That's so weird. I used to feel that way because I completely trust you. He trusts you 100%. He trusts you implicitly. You need to change the entire language, change the story. And then just like we've been discussing this whole time, be that version. You must be the version that he trusts. Okay. Meaning that you are the version that is attracting the version of him that trusts you. Okay. So it's you. Remember, it's always you that's choosing him by the way you entertain him. So do not entertain him doing anything but worshiping the ground you walk on, trusting you explicitly, 100% into this, ready to dive in, so excited for the future, can't wait for it. If it's not that, you might as well not even bother being here because you're already getting what you don't want. You know what I mean? So be where you go there and stay there. Remember, it's your mind's poop. So you gotta keep eating the diet, the good food diet, so that you can have a nice byproduct. Oh, excellent. Right down to the bottom. Kit Kat says, I create an exciting visualization, but after a while it seems to go stale or feel normal. I find myself changing end scenes. Any tips to spice it up or keep them from going stale? It's an interesting question because it's making me wonder what it is. Like, if it starts to feel normal, I would say that's a good sign, because that's a sign that it just feels like it's inevitable to you, which means it will manifest. But if it's not exciting for you anymore, I would say that, I don't know, it's hard to say. It's so vague. I don't know how to answer it. But for me, I just try to go to every, oh, whoops, there's my window, guys. I'm just trying to turn the vibration off. For me, I try to play things out in any way that I can, like whatever this visualization is. Imagine like all the different ways it could go down. Imagine different reactions to it going the way you want. Like people have the tendency to do doomsday prepping. Do some best case scenario prepping and go to several different ends within your reality, because should this come about, or when this comes about, it's not going to be just that one moment and then your life is going to be over, hopefully, right? So what else happens? Then what? And then what? Or how do we feel if this? What if it's this way? What if it goes this way? It's even better. What about this? Add some spice to it. Go different places with it. If it feels normal, that's good, I would say. Don't rely so much on visualization as like your only method. It sounds to me like you're over visualizing. Not over visualizing, but you're like, I don't know. It sounds like you're forcing yourself. That's what I'm getting. Again, I can't, it's so hard to say this off of one sentence. I don't know what the issue is. But yeah, maybe definitely go with your language more. Focus on your affirmations and your mental diet, and make sure that you're not just trying to visualize your whole life and then not actually being in the mind from of you that has it, because it's more than just the pictures. You have to change all of your language. Monique saying, thank you so much for the super chat. I so appreciate you all. She says, I manifested $200 over the last week with my side job. Hey. Future main job. Thanks to your teachings, which you make so fun and easy to understand. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's so sweet. I'm glad to hear that you did that. Money always comes. Money comes every single day. It's flowing every single which way we can think of, and more. We don't even know where it comes from. It just keeps coming. More money before we can even spend it. More money comes to us. Yada, yada, yada. Myra says, how do I know my mental diet is in check? Well, is everything in your life working out for you? Do you feel fine or better about every subject in your life? Do you catch yourself spiraling? Do you, what I mean is, like, do you catch yourself when you spiral? Do you catch yourself when you have negative thoughts? Are you on top of them? Are you scripting at night? Are you putting affirmations in place on purpose during the day? If you're doing all those things, if things come up on you, if the subject that you're manifesting that you have not received yet comes up on your mind, do you feel impulsively good about it? Is it the first instinct to feel good about it? If so, then yeah, I would say it's in check for sure. If not, do those things I just said. BC says, hi Roxy, I've manifested my SP back. However, a problem I'm running into with him again is lack of communication. I am someone who easily speaks to anyone. The conversation flows easily. Okay, so say that about him. Don't just say it about yourself. He is a person who easily speaks to anyone. Conversation flows easy. You guys have a great bond. We have amazing conversations. We talk for like 5 hours at a time. We always have things to say to each other. He always lets you know about his day. He's always excited to talk to you. He loves your conversations. You guys have conversations he has never had with anybody. He gets ideas from you that no one else stimulates him like that. I don't know, shit like that. Just change the story and let him be the one that's great at communication too, and don't affirm that he's not. Gina says, hey Roxy, I'm just interested in your thoughts about medications / law of attraction. Do you think they work for certain people because we believe it will? Example of this would be placebo effect. Yeah, I mean, I mean, clearly they spend a lot of time researching these chemicals and figuring out the perfect balances to, affect changes in the body. I'm sure part of it is that. I'm sure part of it absolutely placebo effect, because we are in control at the end of the day. And also don't forget that you could be manifesting the medications. If you have an illness or a sickness or anything, the medication can be a manifestation. I don't know why people seem to they have this, well, if you can manifest, why can't you just be perfect health? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, some people can't get there. Some people can't go from A to Z. It's easier to go from A to D and then from D to J. So who cares what someone else's journey or pace is? Not saying this is you, but this is just sometimes some people, have things to say. Just to address it, if you're one of those people listening. The medication can absolutely be a manifestation. So let's not discount it just because it's not a miraculous instant healing. Some people can do it. Some can't wrap their minds around it. So we baby step it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Go live your own life and don't judge someone else. But yeah, that's how I feel about it. I think that obviously it does something right, or even if it is just a placebo effect. But I think that, people spend, the scientists and the doctors and everybody who's doing this research spend a lot of time trying to make sure this stuff works in whatever way they intend it to, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, I'm not a doctor. Erica says, is it true that money and love are directly linked, or is each one truly a separate side dish, so to speak? It's both, I'd say, because definitely everything is energy, so everything is the same thing anyways. So yeah, they are linked. Everything is linked. My point of view on money and love is that the reason why they are so closely linked is because, well, first of all, they're like the two most sought after parts of the human experience, to be taken care of and to be loved, right, in a relationship with somebody, to have companionship. So not only that, they're, obviously the two most sought after and important parts of the human experience. Also, our ideas about them are deeply ingrained in us. They're generational. They come from our parents, parents. The ideas of love and money come from what we're implanted with, comes from before we come to this planet. So they're very deeply ingrained in us. And it's not just, these things are not just limiting beliefs. They end up becoming your entire personality, because they are beliefs that you adhere to your entire life. And you behave certain ways because of what you expect to happen to you, for you, what you expect yourself to be capable of receiving or creating or building or earning or attracting or whatever. So yes, they're super closely related in those regards, but on the same token, when we're manifesting or deliberately manifesting, my approach, this is what I tell my clients, is to separate these things out, because they are so closely related, and because we do have such deep-seated feelings about each one of them. I want to make sure that I clean up my feelings about money, and I don't attach money to things. So earlier in this live, I was talking about getting a bill paid, and I didn't mention manifesting the money to get it, because that's not how you do it. Money is like a person, okay? Money, that's Mr. Monopoly Man. He is extremely generous. He'll give you the shirt off his back, but he's also very sensitive, and he's always listening. So if you are pushing him away with your language or your feelings or your neediness or your desperation, that he's going to go away. But if you're open with him, you allow him to come and go. You know that he's always there for you. He will never leave you high and dry. He's very giving. He will always help you, especially if you are open with him and allow him to come in and out and not stress about him. He'll always be there. And on the same token, whatever it is that you want the money for, like, again, a bill pay or getting your new tires or something like that, that is an event in itself. That is not money. These are two different things. So I want to feel great about money just in general, so that if money does get attached to any other subject, good, because I feel great about it. So when I think about paying bills, I do it energetically. If I need 4 new tires, ooh, babe, they're on my car right now. Ooh, they look good. They smell good. Nice new tires. I like that. Okay, great. Now, if whatever happens, my tires have been done or bought or whatever on this end, and I also feel great about money, and money always comes to me, and money is always here, and I don't have to worry about it. So now I have room for money to go in and take care of that situation. But I'm not attaching my need for money to the need for my tires. They're different things. So when we're talking about love and money, sorry, there's construction going on next door. When we're talking about love and money, keeping them separate, yes, because I think everything should be separated out. Your SP should be separate from relationships as a whole. Just like money should be separated from paying a bill or buying a house or whatever. They're different things. They're not the same thing. Your SP is not your overall beliefs about love. So if you can separate all these little things, make them all, like clean them all up and let them send them off into orbit, and you have all these little things around you orbiting around in a great little vibrational pattern, then we are all good on every subject. Manifest away life, because that's what it does. Okay. The Queen Bee channel says, how to identify if someone is the person you've been trying to manifest? I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, only you would know, right? Do they tick the boxes? Do they fit the mold? And if they don't quite yet, then go back to the drawing board and keep manifesting them, because maybe they're partially here and they're not all the way done. But I think at the end of the day, if you just know that no matter what, it doesn't really matter, because everything is working out for you, and whoever comes into your life is going to be honest, open, respectful, kind, generous, giving, put you first, make you a priority, then it doesn't really matter if they're the person you've been trying to manifest or if they're just a great person coming into your life. Either way, it's kind of the same thing if you think about it like that. So I would say don't question. Instead of questioning it, affirm, intend that it's working out, and everyone's great for you either way. So whether they're the person for you or not, it doesn't really matter. They're kind and generous and honest and open, and I don't mind having them in my life either way. So thank you. Orly says, love this live. How to manifest a dream job. I went to the first interview and they're still thinking about it. I went to the office, imagined, scripted, yeah, I mean, know that it's working out for you. Make sure that your language is all in your mind and what you speak. Not just what you speak, but what's in your mind. What's going on when you're not paying attention, the stuff that's going on in your mind when you're completely checked out. Make sure that all of it is on board and describing. For me, that's when I was like trying to figure out like spirituality. So the affirmations I was using to get out of my job was like, the work I do is in alignment with my highest calling. The work I do is in alignment with my soul's highest purpose. I'm 100% self-sufficient. My entire world is built off of my own personal ideas, things like that. Putting that into my language, making that my reality, telling myself that that's what was happening for me and living that out. That's part of it. And then, going to the office, imagining, scripting, give yourself an email from them, give yourself a phone call from them, give yourself a conversation, give yourself another interview where they hire you on the spot. Like I was saying earlier about something else, is like, give yourself every different angle that it could go right for you. And then say, hey, universe, these are just some ideas I have. Take it away. I know you're going to do even better. And I know that it's working out for me. And even if it's not this particular job, it doesn't matter, because my particular perfect career, passion, whatever, is coming to me, and I'm on my path to get it. And every day I'm moving closer and closer to it. And that's all I need to know. Martina says, this is long. Holy shit, that's long. Okay. She says, hi, Roxy. Thank you for you and what you do. You're doing truly. I love your meditations. Thank you, doll. I appreciate you. Your channel helped me to move things with my SP in December. Also, thanks to this other guy I noticed in December when letting go of my SP. Things started to shift. My previous SP was immature and attracted my own indecisive behavior. Now I know my new SP, who I just feel a strange connection with. He is so cute. I already was practicing feeling good as if we were together already, and I know it's done. I did all I can. There are still some things blocking me, like what if he doesn't approach me? Who cares? Sorry, that's who cares if he doesn't approach you? It doesn't really matter, right? If it's unfolding the most amazing way, it'll work itself out. I know I should give off more signs than just smiling. You don't need to do anything. You just need to know that it's working out. I would say hi and start somehow, but there's a doubt. Well, that's where the issue is. I'm already whole and happy on my own, but I still, like any other human being, crave this connection with another person. I know it will come one day, but this time I think I might finally come with this. It might finally come with this guy. It is so hard to let some things go because I can see he is totally my type, even though I don't know him yet. I keep repeating it is done. Everything unfolds for me, and I'm just selecting the reality. I don't know if I should just say hi to him. I feel like he needs more signs than just smiling, LOL, and I want him to approach me first. I'm 24 and never dated because I'm picky and I know what I want, or at least I think. Or am I just scared because I became content with my loneliness? That's a lot to unpack. Well, you have a huge amount of uncertainty around you, so that's going to be one issue for you. All the questioning, not sure, not knowing, not being confident in your declarations and knowing that whatever you want is manifesting. Worrying about him coming to you, worrying that that's the only way that it can come about. What if you guys just accidentally bump into each other? Nobody has to approach anybody. Don't, you're like making it so like it can only come about in this one way. Why do that to yourself? I want it to come about in the most harmonious way. Great. Okay. Open up the answer channel, close down the question channel. So you're just like, let it go. This is working out. I don't need to worry. Whatever way we end up talking to each other is going to be perfect. I can smile if I want. Don't put so much power in the 3D world and put so much power into him. He doesn't have it. You have all of it. So put your mind focus on where you want it to be, which is this is working out. Everything always works out for me. My life is amazing. The universe is always responding to me. Everybody respects me and loves me and is intrigued by me. This guy can't get enough of me. He can't stop thinking about me. He's always wondering what I'm doing and where I'm at. And whenever he's around me, he feels compelled to talk to me. Let that be your story. Whole Universe says, Dear Roxy, thank you for congratulating me on my 2 books published this year last Monday. Yes, congrats for you. Yes. You changed my life. Yay. Happy you're here. Thank you. Any tips for the boom on Instagram, introducing the best version of me there? Be present with your audience. Respond to all the comments that you can. Obviously, be kind. Say thank you. Reach out to people. Sorry, I just had something come through. I'm deciding if I should say anything. Okay. Yeah, and just keep your language right. Say that it's easy for you. I totally get Instagram. This is my favorite platform. I meet so many people. I have an amazing audience. I love communicating with them. I love being having an open door policy with my clients. Yada yada yada, stuff like that. And then you can create that environment for yourself. Hold on, sorry. Just doing a little business here. Make sure that this person is taken care of. Okay, what's next? Hina says, knowing how manifestations work and dating someone new, how do I make sure I don't make the same mistakes in terms of mindset? Okay, so first of all, you're going to want to make sure that you're not manifesting any of your old habits or repeating any of your old patterns, and kind of bringing the old stuff into your new situation. So look at where your look at the cycles that you have seen in your life and things that you have experienced, things that have happened more than once in your love life, any beliefs that you might have about what you're worthy for, what's possible for you in love, what you're good enough for, stuff like that. Look at all of those ideas. If you have to list them out on paper, I would say give them airtime that one time, just so you can have a clear idea of like what I'm doing to sabotage myself, and then attach an affirmation or a counter thought, something in opposition to that, each one of those, and then launch them. Make that your new language, put them into practice when you have time to think, and be on top of your mindset and make sure you're not thinking those limiting thoughts anymore. And if you catch yourself doing it, we're launching thoughts in opposition. And thankfully we have a whole page list of them to use. RN says, how do you personally work on / maintain your marriage / harmonious dream partnership? I don't know. I just have no, I don't know. I have no question about it. I've said this before, like, I think part of the reason with me with SP is I've never really had an issue, even though I've had my own self-esteem, whatever. I've never had an issue like in relationships. I've always like known that I'm a catch as far as like I think you're pretty lucky if you get to be in a relationship with me. So I don't know. I don't expect there to be problems in my relationship. And there aren't. We get along great. I don't expect that he could find someone better than me. So I don't, like, if he went somewhere else, it'd be a downgrade for him. So I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question. I just don't expect it to fall apart, I guess. And I mean, we're like really good friends. We love hanging out with each other. We truly enjoy each other's company. We put each other first. We care about each other's opinions. We respect each other, I guess. I don't know. It's just not, I don't know if it's a good or bad thing that it's never on the forefront of my mind. I don't know. We just work. But again, I don't question it. So that could be wrong. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to get through these questions. I lost that place for a second. Perez says, most people lose their SPs because they fear losing them. So fear losing them, it's meaning this, believe this to be so possible. Hold on, what? I think so. Fear of losing them. I think what you're saying is the fear of losing them is what makes it then the loss manifest, which is, yes, you are correct. Because the world is a mirror. It's going to do what you expect it to do. Brittany says, hello, beautiful. Oh, thanks, Brittany. I experience lots of ups and downs for days at a time. I'm on cloud 9. Then days come where I feel like I'm purging intense negative emotions and blocking me from my desires. There's so many limiting beliefs, it's exhausting to address them all. What's the quickest way to get rid of all these beliefs that have defined my story for so long? Yeah, I've seen people answer, like writing to you, saying to script. She says, I've heard that scripting your problems helps changing your bad memories. Yeah, doing past revision can definitely help. It takes the sting off of things for you for sure. Shell also said, best case scenario song. Yeah, best case scenario definitely works. But I don't know how to answer this, because at the end of the day, I don't know that they'll go away. I don't know. Mine don't go away. I still have them. I've had anxiety for like the past 48 hours. So I'm gonna switch to decaf. This is water today. I don't know how to answer this question. You do the process, and that's as much. How do I say this? Again, I always say, I'm not saying that I'm the end all be all. I'm not saying that this is the only way to do manifesting, but this process works. This is something I kind of talk about in this week's videos. I think it's actually I'm talking about anxiety and manifesting with anxiety and depression this week. But the idea that, like, if you've got negative thoughts going, if you have beliefs that are holding you in place, First, obviously, like we want to work on identifying, like I just kind of talked about how you identify your limiting beliefs. Actually, that's a video from this week too, identifying your limiting beliefs. So there will be more for you this week, but you need to like scooch them out. You need to overpower them. If they're going on and you can't really pinpoint where they're at, well, fine. Don't give them any airtime then. Okay. And then only give airtime to things that work for you and things that you actually want to manifest. And as you're going through the process, you're discovering things about yourself. You're having aha moments. You're making connections in your mind. You will discover these things, or they'll naturally just kind of get scooched out. But I do go more into depth on that this week. Oh my goodness. Oh, also, I'm just to let you guys know, I might not go for as long today. I have family in from out of town that are staying with us, so they're all like waiting for me to be done. Mike Carl says, hi, Roxy. Do we have to visualize in first person in order to manifest, particularly in SP? I just heard an LOA coach saying if you don't visualize in first person, you manifest your SP with someone else. Interesting question. I think at some point, I know at some point I used to say definitely has to be first person. But at the same time, I feel like we've all manifested something we saw third person to happen to us. So I don't think it's necessarily a requirement. I think what it does though is it drives it home that it is you, and we are like making ourselves experience it to the T in our minds energetically, so that it can be mirrored out from, in the universe or in the 3D world. So I would say maybe it's probably a good rule of thumb just to do that, just to cover your bases. But I don't know. Do what works for you. Try it out and see how you like it. Magical Journey, thank you so much for joining into the chat. I appreciate you. It says, how do we stop panicking about Valentine's Day? I think many people manifesting in SP have this question. Thank you for everything, Roxy. Yeah. I can't wait for Valentine's Day to be over, because after Valentine's Day, we cut out the holidays, New Year's, and Valentine's Day, which is like all this like 3 or 2 straight months of pressure to have a person by a certain date. And again, like we discussed in the beginning, when you add the date, it's not that you can't, it's just that it adds an extra layer of pressure and separation to what you already have that's keeping you apart from your person. So whatever reason you're not together with this person that exists now you just added an extra layer, because now you're on a time crunch. So stop panicking about that. Valentine's Day is so irrelevant. It's not even anything. It's just a day. It's a day to spend a bunch of money and to prove to other people that you have somebody. It doesn't mean healthy relationship. It doesn't mean happy, healthy, whole. It doesn't mean that your person and your relationship is going to work out. It's I don't know. I would say diminish the meaning of Valentine's Day. Yeah, that'd be cool if we got together, because it's cute. I love pink and red and whatever. It's cute to dress up. Other than that, I don't really care if they're here for that or not. I can wear pink and red on any day I want. And we can go out another time when there's not, every single table in every restaurant booked up. So stop panicking in general. Flipping your thoughts. You got to be on top of it. You got to bounce them. Sometimes it's stressful. I know it. I've been anxiety for the last 2 days. I've been bouncing my own thoughts. So I get how frustrating and annoying it is. And I don't have an answer for you at this point as far as like how to get that out, except to be on top of this process so that it's not such a chore. If we do this all the time, if we're always bouncing our thoughts, then we are ready for it. We're used to it. We're not taking offense when they come on. We know that if we keep bouncing, if we stay in the mind frame where we need to go, we shorten the amount of time that we stress out, and we shorten the recovery period. Because now, if I keep my thoughts tight, knowing that everything's going to work out for me no matter how I feel, then I don't have to bring my thoughts back up to speed when I stop feeling the way that I'm feeling, panicking or whatever. So be on top of your thoughts. make it more important to get where you're going, which is happy, healthy, whole relationship land, versus have to have it Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is just a day. It doesn't mean anything. It's not real. So diminish the weight of that and diminish the need for it to happen on that day, and just say, you know what, whenever it comes, I don't really care because it's perfect. We have the most insane, amazing connection and relationship. Every single day is a blessing. So February 14th, February 16th, I don't really care. As long as I'm happy, healthy, whole, I know I am, I know my partner is, and that's all that matters. And so that's, just self-soothing as much as you can. I'm going to try to get to as many questions as I can. Emma, I think you know, glad you're here. Okay, Rose says, I wrote down a list with intentions a few days ago, random things like I intend to see a purple tie. I saw one in a movie. Most of them happened. Also, I wrote down my friend is going to text me and my SP is going to call me tonight. Yesterday, my SP texted me, and just now my friend called me. While we haven't really been in contact for a while and people never call me. Now, my question, what are your thoughts? That it's mixed up. Then I got a text from my SP instead of a phone call. My friend. Then I got a text from my SP instead of a phone call, and my friend phone called me instead of texting. I don't know. We'd have to look at every single thought that you had after you wrote that list down, between the moment from you writing it to getting it. We have to look at your internal beliefs about what you think is possible for you. What do you expect at the end of the day? There's so many things that go into it. I don't know why things manifest the way they do. That's just, this is another thing that's in my videos this week. If you guys can understand, you are the what and the now, not the when or the how, okay? Copyrighting that shit, trademark it. Anyone tries to steal it, you heard it first, Roxy Talks, okay? You are the what and the now, not the when or the how. So focus on what it is we're manifesting. Being in the mind frame of, this is working out for me. I'm not worried about anything. I'm living in the now, and now every moment, everything is happening for me amazingly, and I love it. My life is great, okay? Good. Go be the what and the now. The how, the when and the how, none of your damn business. We don't know when it's going to happen, like we were just talking about Valentine's Day, and we don't know how. I don't know why or how your friend texted you first, and does it really matter at the end of the day? I don't know. I would say that if you were super dupe, I don't know the answer to that question. I think it's just nitpicking at the end of the day. Does it matter? I don't know. It might matter. It might be really important, but questioning it, I don't think helps. Personally, I don't think questioning your situation in that way. Yeah, if at the end of the day you intend that everything works out happy, healthy, harmonious, then that's really all that should matter. So I don't know how to answer that. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm you guys. I'm literally you guys. I just happen to be somebody who, I've always done talking to people stuff. I've had a radio show. I'm a performer. I've counseled people. I have a degree in the behavioral science. So I just happen to be naturally would progress into YouTube anyways. And this just happens to be the subject that I like to talk about. And I do it in my own life. So other than that, I'm you guys. I don't know any secrets or have a tap on what the universe does in its infinite potentiality. I just know that the less parameters we offer to the universe, the easier things can come to us. And if you can just declare what you want and just be the version of you that's got it without messing it up or questioning it or worrying or wondering or digging it up in any little way, then things will come about in the way that's easy for you. Why things don't happen exactly the way you think they do, and sometimes they do, again, I don't know. That's not my area of expertise. That's not where my power lies. So I don't know. That's a good question. Very interesting. Okay, I'm trying to find questions that can benefit everybody. Evelyn, I gotta give Evelyn some credit. She says, I manifested a pink poodle and I'm manifesting a purple giraffe. That's awesome. Happy to hear from you. I'm glad you're doing well, babe. Ashley says, how do you find that balance between reaffirming your beliefs and not being obsessive, like reaffirming but not putting what you want to manifest on a pedestal? Okay, so this is more so, we remember the knowing, you are the what and the now, not the when or the how. So the what, I know what I want. I know that everything is working out for me. I am the now. Everything is happening now. Past and present, past and future doesn't exist. All that we have is now. So I am declaring what I want, showing up and take it, right? I said this before. You declare what you want, you show up and take it. Anything in between is none of your damn business. So you be the version of you that has what you want. You be the version of you that knows everything is working out no matter what, and I don't have to question it. So I'm just going to chill. I know that my manifestations are working out. What I'm going to do in the meantime, while I'm waiting for it to show up, is I must think of every situation in my life. Every instance, I must be that version of me. So, for example, for me, $100,000 a month me. When I get a bill in the mail, $100,000 a month me, doesn't give a shit about bills. Cool, pay it, I don't care. I must be like that for every situation. Oh, ran out of gas, go fill her up. Right? Not, oh, I better only put $10 in my tank. No, because that's not $100,000 a month me thinks. So whatever the subject is, you think of it as that version of you. And not in a like, oh, I hope this comes. No, it's just, this is already coming. This is who I am. This is my reality. This is how I operate. That's the difference between being obsessive. Being obsessive about something is lack mentality. I'm obsessed with it because I want it so bad and it's not here. Living as the version of me that has it, maybe I am obsessed with my reality that I'm creating, but not because it's not here. I'm obsessed with it because it's my life and every day I'm experiencing it, and this is how I think and I be this person, and I'm obsessed with my own success. Like I would say, if you want to call it obsession to think that way, you can, but it's not the same obsession as I'm obsessed with something I don't have and it's not here, and where is it? And oh my God, why isn't it here yet? I want it so bad. Like, oh my God, I'm obsessed. Different energy. That's like super, super, super lack versus living as the version of me that's already have it, or that already has it, or the version of me that doesn't question whether things are coming because I just know they are, because like that's just how planet Earth works. So I don't question it. It's just like, yeah, whatever. I just think as that me so that replicates, because every time I get a bill in the mail, yeah, pay it. I don't care. I have plenty of money. Not even a question. Not even going to notice the dent. I won't even notice it coming out of my bank account. Not even going to make a dent. That's how I want to feel about all areas of my life. Yeah, spend it, do it, build it. Let's do it. We're helping millions of people. Business is booming. I must be that version of me at all hours of the day. Morning, noon, and night, no matter what I'm looking at in my 3D world, where my body is at doesn't matter. Where my mind is at, $100,000 a month. Same thing with SP or whatever it is. You must be the version of you that's living in the happy, healthy, whole, whatever it is that you want, all day long, morning, noon, and night, just like you would be, or just like you will be when it is your 3D. Because when it is your 3D, then you will be thinking that way. So we go there first. We think as the version of us that has it now, because remember, mind poop. We got to eat. We got to eat the thoughts. The version of us that has what we want is eating or thinking, so that the 3D world can poop out that byproduct. Oh God, this is weird. Okay. Okay. Shell says, is it normal when you're changing your thoughts or practicing mental diets to have days where you just have no thoughts about what you're manifesting? Like your mind is just pretty quiet for a day? I mean, I'd say yeah, because there are days when you feel that way about your 3D world right now, right? And again, We just want to be the version of us that already has whatever, or that knows that things are coming, right? That doesn't question it. So that version of us is just like us now. It just doesn't have the questions. So it still lives the day in, day out shit. That stuff doesn't change. That's why you just simply want to be or think of things the way that version of you thinks of them, because you're still going to experience the day in, day out stuff. So is it normal to have days when you just have no thoughts about what you're manifesting? Yeah, I mean, I think it is. I think it's normal to have those kind of days in your regular life where you just don't want to think about anything. So if you're having one of those days, as long as you if you just have the knowing, like, I don't care how I feel today, I don't care if I visualize 0 things about my future, that does not stop it from coming. Everything I want is still manifesting. That doesn't change. Remember, we always know that, okay, hold on, I gotta plug in my computer, it's gonna die. We always know that the manifestation is coming no matter what, and that's how we must operate. I'll be right back. Oh, sorry, doggies. I woke up all the animals. Sorry. Okay. Back to Mindset Monday. Okay, it's 1:50. Okay, I think I'm going to go for 10 more minutes, guys. I do have family in town, so I'm going to cherry pick the rest of the questions. I appreciate everybody for being here. I might not be here tomorrow for the when the video comes out, the live chat, so I apologize. And I wasn't there on Friday because I had a session, so I'm sorry about that. But I'll try my best tomorrow. If not, I'll definitely be here on Wednesday for the live chat. Okay, so I'm going to cherry pick some questions that I think will help everybody. Okay, great question. Kennedy says, what if you have to affirm something that's opposite of what you're trying to manifest? For example, if it involves legal paperwork, how does that affect manifestation, and how can you counteract that? That is a very good question. So, okay, let's say you're filling out a piece of paperwork, right? And you have to write down what the 3D reality is of it. That's fine, as long as in your mind you know that this is just a story you're telling and it's not the real truth. So you're writing it and you're for example, when I do sessions with people, I take a lot of notes just so I can reference it back. I like to write down the things they say, like the limiting beliefs that they put out, and obviously writing their stories so I can reference them back. But a lot of times I'm writing things like, doesn't text back, no contact, disrespect, da, da, da. And in my mind, I'm like, this isn't me. This is not my relationship. This is just notes. This isn't real. I say things like that to myself just so I'm because I'm literally scripting, relationship problems. So I just kind of preface it in my mind. I'm just like we were saying earlier, if I take a day off of manifesting my world or whatever, or thinking about what I want, that's fine, as long as I just I can take all the days off I want. It's still going to manifest. Doesn't really matter. If I know that, if I'm writing my thing, you're doing your legal paperwork and you're filling it out and you have to write, let's just say, just for the easiest thing, writing single. I have to write single in the thing because I'm technically not married, but I am manifesting a marriage. And you're writing single and you're like, ha, that's funny. Sorry, government, kind of lying to you. I'm actually married. You do that in your mind, right? So if you have to negate these things as you're writing them, then I would do that. Negate them in your mind. Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding, or whatever. And then when you get out of it, when you're done in that situation, go really go straight into, this is happening, this is this, everything's fine, this is working out, this is da, 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 da. Go into your new story and put your affirmations on a loop and start playing that new programming so that you can kind of out affirm anything that might be kind of lingering in your mind, but just just kidding, this is a joke, this is really funny, this is a fairy tale, this is completely fake, this is a lie, this is my old reality, not anymore, but I guess I just have to write it on this piece of paper because these people don't even know where we're going yet. Whatever it is, you just keep your mind tight, and then whatever 3D world, again, 3D world is an illusion. So you can decide, you can be writing the words and decide they mean something. Ari says, hey, Roxy, do you believe in just stating an intention, saying and writing, I intend they will come back, and not visualizing will be effective? It definitely can be. Like, I'm pretty sure we have all manifested instantly just saying one thing one time, and then it just happened. And you're like, what the hell? How come that just happened and nothing else? All these other things I actually want don't happen. So there is that layer of instant. Again, I don't know how that stuff works. I'm not a magician. I don't have the answers to this. Again, I'm just one of you guys. So how or why, I don't know. But I will say that if it's something that you're having trouble manifesting, just saying it once obviously isn't going to do the trick. So this is when you have to do this 360. This is my approach. I feel like I talk about this in every single video, yet people are like, what's the 360? Like, every video I've ever done, I talk about it. But basically you're making sure that all of our thoughts are on board, all of our thoughts in every area of our life. We're cleaning up all things everywhere so that these things don't creep up and manifest in other areas of our life. We want, obviously, career to be good. I want money to be good. I want self-esteem to be good. I want family, friends, relationships, all of it to be good. Not just my SP and like putting on blinders to everything else in my life. No, I put it everywhere. I do it from the ground up. Every thought is on board. It sounds exhausting, but this is how you get all of the things in your life to fall together, okay? And I'm telling you this from personal experience. This is what happened to me. So do you believe in just stating an intention, saying and writing, I intend that will come back, and not visualizing will be effective? It can be, but again, just like I said before, we want to go 360. So I want my visualizations, my daydreams, the random images that my brain just throws in my mind. I want them all to work with the new reality I'm stepping into, which is, I'm guessing, your person being with you. So if a visualization pops up in my mind, if I'm daydreaming, if I'm making myself do visualizations, it's in alignment with where we're going. Fine. If the person is on my mind, I'm only thinking about the fact that we have an amazing connection and our relationship is growing and unfolding in every single moment and everything is beautiful. I'm scripting that every single night, not just one sentence, not just I intend they will come back. I intend they will come back, because that energy alone is going to keep them a separate distance away from you. And I would say they're here already. We have an amazing connection. We have a great bond. We treat each other with respect. We love each other. We love being around each other, whatever. You need to change all of your language. It can't just be this one sentence that you say a couple times a day and you expect to like out manifest the rest of your deep-seated beliefs. No, that's not how it works. You need to be thinking as the version of you that's already in this relationship. That means every thought, every one that you can get to, all of them, as much as you can find. You want to make sure you're doing this wherever you can so that you're basically creating a wave of momentum, or you're doing the majority. That's, 51% of your thoughts are in the new reality. So, like 51% of your body or your 3D world can be that new reality. And you just keep on pushing, making sure that you are thinking these thoughts, being in that version, staying in the mind frame, and not allowing yourself to settle on worries, doubts, insecurities, fears, things like that. So I believe you do it all. You get, like I said, 360, do it all. Get in there in every way you can. Visualize any outcome that you can that works for you. Change your language that you think to yourself and a language that you speak out loud. Even just the random little, but he didn't text though. Those got to go. Completely got to go. Because those will keep you right where you're at. And so do I believe in just stating an intention and saying and writing? Yeah, that question to me comes... Somebody made a comment that I don't acknowledge that I have limiting beliefs. And I'm like, I feel like I do that all the time, but maybe I'm not loud and proud enough about it. So maybe it's limiting to say that you got to go all your thoughts, but I studied law of attraction for like 8+ years before I did this 360. And the day I started 360, that's when my life fell into place. Okay. It all started happening. Like literally that was like October 1st or 2nd, October 4th, the new channel launched. You guys know we're at 20K now. So it happened very fast. I'm in my new house, business is booming, helping millions of people. Everything I've been working on for a long ass time all fell in together in the last 4 months. So can you do it just stating it once in here and there? Yeah, you can. But the fact that you haven't means that there's something else in the way that you need to like push out, edge out, scooch out. So my videos this week will help you from the stuff that we have coming out this week. Ooh, that was a long way of answering that. I'm sorry. Okay, let's see. RJ says, how do you get rid of the fear that people online say manifesting an X/SP is possible to get views? I am manifesting small things, but missing the belief you can get a person back. I mean, I don't know. You gotta like scooch that belief out. My husband was an ex. We're together. We're still together. It's been like 10 years. I don't need to say that to get views. I say a much other stuff to get views, if you want to look at it like that. There's a lot I talk about, not just that. And my relationship, it just happens to be a component of my life. It's not my main focus, which is probably why it's healthy, right? And I don't mean that in like I put it on the back burner. I just mean I don't obsess over it. I just live my life. I know I have a great relationship. I know we have an amazing connection. I'm not worried about where he's at or where he's going or what he's thinking, because where else would he go? And if he did, like, you're lost. Sorry. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't think I'm not worried about it. So missing the belief you can get a person back. Listen, you can get whatever the hell you think about. So if you want to fear that you're not going to be able to get your person, that's exactly what you're going to experience. So change the fears, change the route, get on top of it, do the 360, put these thoughts in. Do not let yourself settle on these things. If you catch yourself thinking of a belief like that, you go somewhere else. You affirm something else. You go somewhere that makes sense to you. You go somewhere that works for you. It doesn't have to necessarily be positive. It just needs to get you out of where you're at. And then when you feel better, you go back in and you clean that idea up if you can't clean it up right away. But either way, you got to be on top of it. And you just have to know that things are working out for you regardless, because then they will. But you're manifesting whether you like it or not. The world is responding to you whether you know it or whether you like it or not. So you might as well be on board. You might as well think thoughts that work for you, because that's what you're going to end up getting. Wherever your mind is at, that's where your manifestation is. So if your mind is on fear of loss and inability, then you're just going to get more loss and inability. So how about, instead of worrying about what other people do, why don't you start practicing how to focus your mind and stay in the discipline of this version of you that you want to be? That would be my advice. All right. We're going to find one more. Marissa, okay. First of all, this might sound bitchy, but part of me doesn't even want to answer your question just because of the level of desperation that it reads to me. Simply because that's just not going to help you. You're not going to get what you want being that desperate and like looking for answers outside of yourself. They're all within you. And this goes for everybody. Like, desperation is not sexy. Your person's not going to come to you if you're desperate to have them. People aren't going to want to give you advice when you're desperate for it and you're like almost demanding it. Whatever. Anyways, she says, I made a post in the group and haven't gotten any feedback. I really need help on another note outside of attracting my SP. Yesterday was a very bad day for me. I fell into a negative state. Can I reaffirm or being that I put that energy out, I have to accept what it throws back at me and then start over? I mean, it's just like it's a weird way of thinking of it. Like, it's starting over. Like, what is starting over? You're always manifesting. You never stop. There is no starting over. So if you entertain some things that don't work for you, fine. The moment you stop, we're done. Now entertain something that works for you. And if something comes at you that doesn't work, that maybe manifested from that moment, who cares? You're still in control. You don't have to start over. We just keep affirming that what we want is happening for us. We know that everything is working out for us the best way possible, and you keep it moving. If you stress about you're stressed out, or you're having a bad day, and then you're adding the stress about the bad day on top of it, it's like, why? No. Once you catch it, once you're able to get out of it, get the hell out of it and don't go back to it. Stay in the mind frame of where you want to be, where you're going. Know that everything is working out for you. Don't question it. Be on top of your thoughts and stay there. If you have to bounce your thoughts all day, then bounce your thoughts all day. It's better than spiraling all day. You need to look for the answers within yourself. Figure out why you feel these ways. What are you not giving to yourself? Why are you having distance between you and your person? Why are you allowing yourself to spiral and not catching it and being on top of it? That's where I would go with these questions for you. All right, I'm gonna do one more, and that's it. And then I gotta go because I have family in town. I appreciate you guys. Marg says, do you know the start time and time zone for Mindset Mondays? Noon-ish PST. Okay, Jaya, this is gonna be my last question. Hold on, what did this one just say? Should I just lose that? Noon-ish PST, yeah, thank you. Okay. This isn't the question that I'm going to take, but Mandy says, when she says 360, she means visualization, scripting, and what else? I don't just mean the techniques. I mean, all of your thoughts are on board. I mean, every angle of your life. I mean, every area of your life. 360, every approach that we can, we are all on board. The visualization, scripting, affirming, I guess that's a way to name the processes, but it's about every area of your life, thinking of it in a way that works for you. If it's on your mind, it works for us. Otherwise, we're not going to bother thinking it because we've already got it in a way that we already have it the way it is. So think of it in a way that works for you and be on top of it. Be on top of your thoughts. Okay. Last question. Why do you think we're raised to not believe in things like law of attraction, or why we grow up thinking it isn't real? I think that ultimately part of the deal of being on Earth is like this, like, how long is it going to take her to figure out she's doing it all? I think that Earth is some sort of school or lesson to learn or to master. That's a hard thing to say because I don't really know. So that's why I think that the veil comes over us when we're born. We instantly forget our old story, and where it's like a newness is washed over us, and we don't know that we're this machine anymore. We forget all the stuff that we learned because the whole point of it is to learn, grow, and experience. Why do I think we're not raised to believe in things like this? Because, well, I know, like, they've been trying to tell us this same information for thousands and thousands of years. Like, the Bible is like basically a manifestation handbook, and government types, people in power, so the lore says, tried to keep this information away from the people because they didn't want the people to be that powerful. So I think that maybe it was only passed down to like the sages and maybe the mystical, the healers, the people like that, and then the people in power are the ones that have known about it, and they're supposed to keep the secret tight according to what they say. And then at some point, I think that it was just kind of largely forgotten over time, maybe by the people at large, and then it's a mix of people don't know, they don't believe, and somebody out there probably doesn't really want us to know that we're all in control. We can do it all on our own. So I think it's a mixed bag of reasons, but It sure would make life a whole lot easier if we all knew this from the start, right? Okay. Oh, they're back, I think. Someone's here. Okay. Yep, perfect timing. All right. That would be my cue. Everybody, thank you so much for coming on Mindset Monday. Again, I won't be there for I might not be there for the live chat tomorrow. I'm not sure. I have an appointment at 11. I didn't realize I scheduled it at that time. So if it's quick, then I'll be able to be on, but I might not. So I apologize if not. I will be on definitely on Wednesday. You can sign up for one-on-one coaching if you'd like to kind of get at your specific issues. We can talk about what kind of beliefs you might have in the way, what's keeping you away from whatever it is that you're manifesting. You can sign up for coaching at roxytalks.com. We've also got exclusive merch. This is the Black Moon Society tee, logo tee with the Black Moon Society on the back. I do have a bunch of brand new merch coming out, and that will be, I'll have samples of it next week, so you'll be able to see the new stuff. But you can purchase what we have now at roxytalks.com. You click the shop tab. There's a tab for merch. And oh, Kitty, they said thank you. I'm gonna wake her up. Can you say hi? Okay. Sorry. Sorry, cat. She's not shy about waking me up, so oh, here she comes. Okay. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining Mindset Monday. I will see you next week. If you have ideas for videos that you'd like to see covered on the show, go ahead and leave them in the comments. And you just might see your question in a Roxy Talks episode. Thank you to my mods for keeping the community safe. We love you. And I will talk to you guys next week. See you. And oh, this week's videos, we have Everyone Is You Pushed Out, Manifesting with Anxiety and Depression, and 2 others that I can't remember. All right, love you guys. Thank you so much. I will see you next week. Stay safe. Keep your mind focused. Don't let the 3D world trick you because it wants to. It is a trickster. Don't let it. All right. Bye. Bye.